The state attorney has given former President Jacob Zuma until today to withdraw a summons ordering President Cyril Ramaphosa to appear in court. Zuma is accusing Ramaphosa of being an accessory after the fact to alleged misconduct by advocate Billy Downer, the prosecutor in Zuma's arms deal trial. We're now joined by advocate Khumisi Kganare, a legal expert, to help us understand who exactly is not understanding the law. Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. So according to the state attorney, the former president's lawyers made an error in law and they're not understanding the law. What do we need to understand about that? Who's not understanding the law between the two parties?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. I mean, the law is very clear, when you have a look at the Criminal Procedure Act. You know, it's very clear that for you to issue summons and to secure attendance of, whoever the individual might be, especially when you go the route of establishing a private prosecution process, you need to have, received a certificate nolle prosequi, which is a certificate that you would get from the NPA if they decide to not prosecute an individual that you want to bring before court to go through this private prosecution. So in the case of former President Jacob Zuma, you'll remember that there is such a certificate. In the main, it relates to Advocate Downer, and it does not, necessarily indicate or reflect individuals such as the current President of the Republic. We know there's also an individual, who is linked to this, Ms. Mohan. So in the case of the President, it's very clear that there is no anything that links him directly to the certificate. As a result, he cannot necessarily be summoned. But again, that depends on whether or not there is evidence that can be advanced by the former president linking him directly to this. The main reason for wanting to come and prosecute him on these issues is that he failed there is an allegation that he failed to act in dealing with the complaint that former president lodged against Advocate Downer.
Is there merit to that?
Well, it depends, Dudu. Especially when you're talking accessory after the fact. And I haven't had a look at the letters that were exchanged between, legal representatives representing the former president and President Ramaphosa. If the requirements are met, linking President Ramaphosa to, this matter, particularly the certificate to prosecute Advocate Downer, then there might be merit in bringing him in. But when you have a look at least, circumstantial evidence and what we have seen in the media, there is no information that would justify him being called, because there is, an understanding that immediately when a complaint was given to him about Advocate Downer, he communicated with the Department of Justice for them to handle this issue, to the point of, suggesting that it should also be referred to the Legal Practice Council. So I don't think on the face of it, at least, there is merit. But he would have to appear, of course.
Sure. Is it unusual for the state attorney to get involved, going further to want the summons to be unconditionally withdrawn?
Yeah, well, when you have a look at the law, it is only in an instance where the National Prosecuting Authority is the one that's prosecuting, or where there is a private prosecution. It is only the MPA that can withdraw. It is only the private prosecutor that can withdraw. You are not, you cannot be stopped to, from asking them to withdraw the summons, but the decision really ultimately lies with, in this case, the private prosecutor in the matter to, whether or not withdraw the summons. If it's not withdrawn, then obviously the president will have to appear in January to go and argue this thing in court.
Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. Legal expert Khumisi Kganare.